Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So this is a 6 and 7 month postpartum update. As I said in the introduction, this is a 6 and 7 month update, and I feel really annoyed with myself because I filmed a 6 month update for me and a 6 month update for my darling little Daisy, and I just never posted them. I never got around to editing them. We've had so much on recently, so sorry about that. But yeah, I am 7 months postpartum now, and 2 days. Daisy was it was the 21st on Monday, and Daisy was 7 months old then. And I'm gonna go into like the emotional aspect. Obviously, if you have followed me from the get-go, from like my pregnancy or from when Daisy was born, obviously you'll know that she was born with Stickler Syndrome, non-ocular Stickler Syndrome, which she actually got from me because I was born with the exact same thing. Now, I knew that there was a 50% chance that any pregnancy that I had could result in a baby with sticklers, and I knew that, but Bill was fine and we had extra scans and they told us she was fine. So it was still quite a shock. On the night before, so Sunday night that Daisy turned 7 months, me and Mark were lying in bed. It's not getting kinky, don't worry. And we were like chatting about the fact that she was turning 7 months, and we were going through the photos on our phones, and I've got considerably more because I've got a problem with taking photos and images, but my Instagram's like a brilliant place for that, and any photographs I've taken, like, they're really strong memories for us. So I was flicking through and we were looking at them and looking at like little video clips I've made that were much more candid than probably things that you'll see on here, because they were tiny moments, and back then I didn't care about, you know, how my videos looked or how my photos looked. I was just using that platform as a way to update people about how we were doing and how Daisy was doing, because I thought it was so amazing. And at the time, I think we were very, very, very brave. And it's only looking back now that I actually realise what we went through and the severity of what we went through. We brought our baby home with a breathing tube essentially and a feeding tube. She couldn't breathe or eat without them. Like, and only now can I look back on that, sorry, and think, shit, how did we do that? Like, how did we manage? And people always say, like, how did you stay so positive? And me and Mark have always said between each other, like, it's funny when people ask us that, like, how do we keep going, how do we do it? It's like, you haven't got a choice when your baby's poorly. You just sort of go on this weird autopilot. And I think for a long time, and I've written a blog post about this, which I'll leave down below. I do write sometimes more emotionally than perhaps I can get across on camera, because I find it quite, like, it's hard. I don't want to cry in front of you, and I don't want to always bare my soul completely, because that's quite hard to do when you know that people are going to watch it. When you write, you can kind of just write it and like publish it and forget about it, but I actually have to say these things, and that's quite emotional in itself. But I think for a long time I was devoted to being my daughter's nurse. I was obviously her mother and I understood that, but I was her nurse essentially. I provided her care, and that was my most important role for her at the time. Mother kind of went to the wayside, and that was quite difficult, and I don't really think I knew that I was doing it, but I isolated myself because I didn't want other people to come in between me and her care. Not that they would, as in like intentionally, but I didn't want to allow myself to be distracted by anything else. So everything had to be done to my routine. It had to be done when it suited me. I pushed a lot of people away, not intentionally, but looking back I realise this now, because I couldn't face seeing them, and it was hard, but it's the only way that I felt that I could survive was to do that, and to just sort of prioritise what she needed, and that had to come first. So in the following months, as she got better, she lost her breathing tube, her nasopharyngeal airway. She lost that at around 11, 12 weeks, and then the feeding tube came out at about 4.5 months. And you know, typically for a baby with Pierre Robin Sequence, who has these 2 tools to sort of survive, she did do it quite early, and I feel very grateful for that. But it was only, I would say, once we'd got feeding established, like because she doesn't have that feeding tube anymore, and we were able to sort of get her eating completely orally, it was only maybe in the last, I would say, 2 or 3 weeks really, that I have found some peace in the situation. And I can look back and I can honestly say to myself, and I would say this to any parent who has been through something like this or something similar, you are so brave. You're so brave, and you didn't know it, and you probably don't know it now if you're watching this and wondering what's going to happen next. And I am really proud of what me and Mark have done. I'm really proud that we're still together. I'm really proud that we are happy and that we've got through this, and I'm really, really proud of our daughter. But it's only now, and I've said this in past videos, and maybe it's a good thing that I've not posted the 6-month one that I did, because every month that passes for Daisy is huge. Every month that passes for me is huge. And I notice each time how much further I've come, and I notice each time how much less brave I've needed to be, if that makes sense. So I don't know, I'm doing really, really well. I've made some really big life choices in the past few months, whether it is to lose weight, which if you follow my Summer World updates you'll have seen. I appreciate that's not everybody's thing. And I've made another big life update, which I'm not going to talk about just yet, but I will do soon. And I just feel like I'm getting my life back. I remember when, I didn't think this was going to make me emotional, I'm ever so sorry. I remember when Daisy was in hospital, and I used to let myself imagine a future, and a future where everything was going to be okay. So I would struggle to imagine the summer because I knew that she would come home and need extra care, and I didn't really think about that. But I would always think about the first Christmas. And when I struggled when I was pregnant, because Bill was with his dad over Christmas last year, at that time I thought about next Christmas, and I'd have my babies together, and it would be Daisy's first Christmas, and Bill would be 4, and it'd be even more magical, because it's always magical as they get that little bit older and they get more excited. And to be here now counting down to Christmas is unbelievable. I can't describe how it feels. It's so special. And I am doing really, really well now, and I just wanted to say thank you to everybody that's been a huge support over these past few weeks and months and beyond that. Anyone that stuck around for the past couple of years, who's seen me go from, you know, splitting with Bill's dad, being a single mum, meeting Mark, creating a new family, having Daisy, like all of this, you are amazing. But please know that I'm grateful, because I really am. And this is a postpartum update, but it's also I just wanted to sort of like set my record straight and open a new chapter now, and I am really going to try and like move forward from this. But I'm going to move onto like physical aspects, because I think that's interesting for every mum or whoever's watching this. Like, you know, what's my body doing? How has it been? Am I boob saggier this time round? That sort of thing. So I started Slimming World in September, and I am now, how many? I am now 6 pounds away from losing 2 stone, so almost like half a stone away, just under. So I really need to crack on, because I would like to get to 2 stone by Christmas, but that's going to be fairly impossible because Christmas is a naughty time of year. But I'm going to try, and if I fail, that's okay. There's next year, isn't there? Not on a start. But I am feeling really, really good about myself. I'm 100% in size 14 clothes, with some things getting quite baggy on me now. I fitted into a pair of Primark skinny jeans that are a size 14, and I think Primark come up small personally, but that's just how they fit on me. And I was really chuffed about that, so I've been wearing those all the time now, and I am just feeling really, really confident in terms of my body. my stretch marks have faded. I didn't really get any new ones with Daisy. I think I got one, which was a massive claw-like one on the very underside of my belly down towards my pelvis, which was interesting. And my boobs, I would say, have taken a hit this time, but I don't think it's necessarily from breastfeeding, because I suppose if I'm being technical, I didn't actually do that. But I did express, and I think expressing for 3 months straight has really sort of taken the life out of them. They're still there, they're not like completely down to my knees, but I wouldn't say they're saggy. I just feel like they're a little bit deflated, and yeah, I am feeling my boobs up on camera, but they're just a little bit less. But then I have less weight, so that could be another reason as well. But yeah, my tummy has gone down quite a lot since losing weight now. I've had 3 periods. The worst one, as I think I've mentioned before, was horrible. It was almost traumatic. It was that gory. The second one was less so, and the third one I would say is pretty normal. Is that? And other than that, physically I'm alright, and I'm aware that it's going to be a long video, so I'm just going to show you what the old belly is like now after 2 kiddos. It's 7 months postpartum, and then I will let you go. So this is me in clothes, and I have a habit of wearing big baggy jumpers, don't I? But it is winter, and this is my tummy from the front, and this is my tummy from the side, and you can see I've still got a pooch. Like, I do have looser skin and still some fat here, but I've got a lot of definition back, and my waist has come back, which I'm really pleased about. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there, and I will see you next time. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and if you stumbled across me and you're new, I would love it if you subscribed. It would mean a lot to me. I'm trying to get to 10,000 subscribers now, and I feel like that's a long way off yet, but you've got to try, haven't you? So yeah, have a lovely day, and I will see you next time. Bye!